About a month ago, this guy, Muhammad Nazim, stood up during an Islamic lecture in front of a crowd of about 11,000 people during the Q&A section of the lecture, and asked a question. He stated, even though I was raised in Islam, my parents are Islamic, I just can't buy into the bullshit. I can't buy into the religion. So what should happen to me in this country? What should be my penalty for apostasy? It caused quite a bit of a stir. Quite a bit of a stir. And you might think, well, why the hell would that cause quite a bit of a stir? The reason why is this took place in the Maldives, which is this country, about 400,000 people. It's the law that every citizen must be a Muslim. You have to have an imaginary friend in order to be a legal citizen. You have to believe in an invisible man in the sky. Here's part of what Nazim dared to ask this religious lecturer, who's apparently somewhat famous, the Islamic scholar named Dr. Zakir Naik. Anyway, here's some of the exchange now.
I have read the translation of Quran, yet I still don't believe in a religion. What do you say is my verdict in Islam?
Yes.
I don't believe in religion.
Yes.
What do you think my verdict would be, since Maldives is 100% Muslim, as many claim, but I don't believe so?
I pose the question, what is the state in Islam or apostasy? Muslim means person who submits his will to God. As far as Islam about apostasy, that you are talking about death penalty. Are you talking about death penalty? The problem is knowledge of Islam is weak. What you have done, brother, you have read wrong books on Islam. Now, because you read wrong books on Islam, therefore we have deviated from Islam. Read correct books about Islam. Inshallah, you will come back to Islam. So what you are doing is you are rejecting the wrong Islam. I am asking you, in this talk of mine, what did you find what was illogical?
About trying to convince a robber that there is life after? I don't think you can convince him.
Can you give me a reason without life after death? Can you prove to a robber who's intelligent, who's logical, and says why it is bad for him? You should prove to him why it is bad for me if I am a robber. Without life after that, you cannot prove at all. Give me one reason.
I don't know, you have not been able to convince me.
Not convince me, you convince me why it is wrong.
I'm not claiming anything here.
After all that had taken place, and even partly during it, people were already yelling things like, behead him, kill him, glory to Allah. By the time he finished and was walking back to his spot, there, a crowd within the crowd had already gathered that was yelling things at him. And while the police were trying to escort him out of the area, he was physically attacked and roughed up. Actually, physically attacked, just for saying that he doesn't believe in Islam. They get his ass out of there. They rush him over to some police headquarters. The crowd gathers up outside the police headquarters and demands that he be handed over so they could behead him, so they could cut his head off of his neck, merely for saying that he doesn't believe in their stupid bullshit. This is what happens, people, when you have the government enforcing or endorsing one religion over the rest of them. Even in our country now, there's been this push to make the word secular a dirty word, to make it an insult. You call someone secular, it's insulting, I can't believe they're secular. They're dirty secularists. This is the reason why. When you have the government running around endorsing a religion, when you have them basically being the pusher for this religion and everyone has to comply, you have this. These are the things that happen. You're a Christian and you practice your Christianity because we're a secular country, because we have a secular government. There are plenty of Christians who are secularists and who will believe in a secular government. It just means that the government and religion do not mix. And when I see shit like this, it's like, man, because these people, their minds are so, all they can think about is, I want Christianity taught in school. I want it, blah, 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 in the public. They can't, because that's what they believe and that's what they like. They don't think, what if it's not my religion? What if all of a sudden, a Muslim takeover happened in the Congress and they were elected all over the place, and then they wanted it to be part of the daily ritual of all schools, all public schools, that there's a reading of the Quran, that they're to pray to Allah, not Jesus, Allah and Muhammad, and it's to be one of the main things that they study in all the public schools. How would you fucking feel about that shit? But you can't put yourself in the other guy's shoes. Well, put yourself in this motherfucker's shoes, because look what happened to him. They want to cut his head off of his neck. Now, in the next couple of days, they brought in Islamic counselors to speak to Nazim and talk to him and show him where he went, astray. Anyway, after several days of this and the crowd yelling to behead him and shit, he all of a sudden realized, oh, I was mistaken. I am a Muslim. I can't believe I was all led astray. Whoops. And this is probably after, prosecution threatening him with, prosecuting him and throwing his ass in jail or putting him to death. So, Nazim, I applaud you for telling them what they want to hear. I do the same thing, brother. Just keep doing it. Tell them that you would suck the Prophet Muhammad's dick. You think Allah is awesome and he's, there for you and he's anything you can do. Tell them their religion is the most peaceful, awesome, tolerant religion in the whole world. Anything you need to tell them to keep them from killing you. Just keep feeding them the bullshit, man. You have to, dude, or they're gonna fucking eat you alive, dog. They're gonna fucking kill you, dude. They're gonna tear your head off of your neck, man. Obviously, Nazim, when he was engaged with this speaker, he knew how to handle some of the arguments, the theist arguments. So obviously, Nazim has been on the internet. He's watched debates. He's read into things. He's read into the probably both sides of the issue. He doesn't fucking believe in Islam because they threatened his ass. Obviously, he doesn't believe it. In this situation, man, you just gotta keep feeding them bullshit, dude. Because that's what they believe in, is bullshit. From what I understand, Nazim is still in custody. They're saying they're going to hold him until they can decide what they're going to charge him with, even though he's renounced his statements and is a Muslim now. They're probably still going to charge him just for speaking out publicly. If anyone knows any updates on this or what's going on with Nazim, if anyone's interested or knows how we can start some kind of campaign to try to get them to free his ass, to let him go, I'm down to join it. I'm down to, I wish we could, I want to do something about this. I don't have a lot of money, but dude, I have time. I'll put my time into this to help this motherfucker out, because I feel like, what the balls that it took for this guy to stand up in this intolerant, backwards, de-evolved, throwback, Stone Age, caveman bullshit, ignorant, oppressive, totalitarian, Barney Rubble-ass, dogmatic simpleton of a fucking country that he lives in, the balls to stand up in front of these people, and challenge this guy, because obviously you could see the smugness of this Dr. Zakir Naik. He's just so smug and so, like, dude, you should come on over here, Dr. Zakir Naik. You're a fucking Islamic scholar. You're a well-known, famous Islamic scholar. I'm sure you have some type of education. I'm sure that education involved studying ancient fucking bullshit holy books full of nonsense tales about fantasies and leprechauns and unicorns and whatever else. I'm sure you're an educated man and you have some level of discipline. Dude, come over here and do a debate or a talk or something with someone who knows what they're talking about. Dude, come over here and do a debate or talk with me. I'll debate your ass. And I'm a fucking not who you need to be afraid of in the debate department. I'm just some dumbass on YouTube that has his own channel. Dude, I would love to fucking have a conversation with this fucking nutjob asshole piece of shit motherfucker. Like, seriously, I'll go toe-to-toe with this asshole and fucking have a discussion, a debate, whatever. But dude, you come over here or onto some other neutral place where there isn't a crowd that wants to kill and tear off heads, then yeah, I would love to debate this asshole, like, seriously. Because clearly this guy was not used to being challenged. Wasn't used to it. He's had free run of the whole thing to just be a stupid, ignorant dumbass and championed and cheered for it. Yeah. So if you guys got any thoughts and opinions on this, leave a comment below. If you know of any way to help out Nazim or some type of movement that's going on to help his ass out, let me know. Nazim, we are, at least I'm supporting you, dog. I hope this works out some way. Because they can't control your mind, man. You may have to fucking do a little song and dance and play the fiddle for him. You need to get the hell out of the Maldives, man. Free Nazim. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, damn, I really need to get a haircut. I look like I look like Survivor Man starring Rachel Maddow. The white fro is definitely not working out.